Who wants a trailer that's only 10 feet long, weighs less than 1,000 pounds, yet can still sleep a young family of 4?
Hey folks, Dagger from the Six here, coming to you from Millgrove, Ontario. I am at the Taylor Coach factory, and behind me is a really cool model because it weighs less than 1,000 pounds. That's right, the way the buyer has spec'd it, it's at 982 pounds for a 10-foot model. It's got a nice big double bed inside, a full kitchen, a 10-gallon fresh water tank with that incredibly lightweight. And like all Taylor coaches, it's built very much in an old school fashion, but the quality is exceptional. You've got a single piece aluminum roof at the top, and you've got an aluminum underbelly as well. So we're gonna do our usual. We're gonna take a look on the outside. We're gonna take a look inside. Let's get started. So we'll start on the nose of the 10-foot, and as you can see, we have a dual propane tanks. So even though it's a small trailer, we're still getting dual propane tanks. We have a manual tongue jack. I'm sure you could spec a power one if you wanted to. And then we have our battery box behind that. Heading around to the utility side, you can see that we have our 30 amp plug. It's the good kind that will not let mice or bugs in. We have all our specs here. We do have an outside storage compartment here. We have access from the inside as well. We have our water filler spout for that 10-gallon fresh water tank, and nice alloy wheels, and we do have stabilizers at the back as well, and one on each side. Not at the front, you don't need it on the front on a small trailer like this. And at the back we do have a porch light, and we have also a grab handle, a single step to come into the rear door, small bumpers back here as well. And here we are on the utility side. There's no tank dumps because there's no tanks. We just have a hose coming down, and then you're just going to use a bucket or what have you to catch it. So this is a very simple unit, and from that perspective, just catch it with a bucket and then use it to put out the campfire at the end of the night kind of thing. And we have our fridge outlets here. We do have 120 volt plug, and we have the city water connection here as well. Nice alloy wheels, and last but not least, we've got the spare tire on this side. Nice and easy access. And let's head inside the 10-foot from Taylor Coach. And before we do though, just want to point out 58th limited edition designer series. So the designer series means we've got a white interior, and the 58th limited edition. So this is the 58th year that Taylor Coach has been building trailers. So they have been around, they built a lot of trailers, they know what they're doing. And limited edition because they're all custom made. So you decide how you want the trailer configured, and they build it the way you want it. So heading inside, we do have a grab handle to help us out getting in, and we do have a screen door as well, which is always nice. Just keep the ventilation up and the bugs out. And lay of the land, we have the kitchen on the right of the door, and on the left we have our bathroom area and a closet, and then at the back we have a large 4-person dinette. And believe it or not, we could sleep 4 people in this trailer because that storage area you see above that 4-person dinette is actually a bunk bed as well. So you can use it as storage or as a bunk. So let's start by taking a look at the bathroom area. Now, we do not have a black tank or a gray tank, and this is not a plumbed bathroom. However, it's a space where you can put your porta potty and give you a little bit of privacy as well. And as you can see, they can even make this a fully closing bathroom if you use the closet space as well. This person has opted to keep the closet though and just have their little bathroom space for their porta potty here. But really neat that, you know, you're not going to have to go to those pit toilets in the provincial parks in the rain in the middle of the night if you have to go to the bathroom. You just put your porta potty in there and you're all set. Right next to that we have our closet, and as you can see, it's got a curtain rod, or I mean a rod to hang your clothes from at the top. And then as we go down, you can see that we've got a couple of shelves, so plenty of storage here. But the storage is going to continue because as we get into the main dinette area, we have storage underneath the benches, and I'll just show you that. I love that they hinge these storage covers so that you can just lift them up and they don't come out of place. You don't have to fight with them at all. So there's the storage door for the outside storage, and you can get at from both the outside and the inside. And then as we swing around to the other side, you'll see that we have Another huge storage area. No outside door on this one, but plenty of space to keep your bedding and so on if you're using this as a dinette. So just love that. And of course, we have even more storage in this bunk storage unit up at the top. And we'll just take a quick look at that. So of course, it's a bit triangular because of the shape of the front of the trailer, but you still have a ton of space in here as well. And of course, this converts into a bunk, and let's just fold it down so you can see it as a bunk. And there's the bunk opened. 200-pound capacity on this particular bunk. Plenty of space. You could definitely sleep 2 small kids up here, or even an adult under 200 pounds could sleep up here. So really nice option, or of course you can use it as storage. And then at the back, we have our dinette. Now I will say that in terms of length, it's going to depend on the width of the trailer, and Taylor Coach customizes everything, including your ceiling heights and your width of your trailer. So if you're a taller person, you can spec a wider trailer to allow the bed to be the size that you need it. So I'm not going to take the dinette, put the dinette down and actually show you me lying on the bed, because basically the size of it is, well, what size do you want? So right beside this large 4-person dinette, we have our kitchen, and you could probably seat 3 people on each side. That's how wide this thing is. So you could probably have a card game with 6 people here, which is amazing for a 10-foot trailer. So starting in the kitchen, we'll start with the overhead storage, and we have plenty of storage here. Oh, let me just grab this door. And tons of storage. You could opt for a microwave, I believe, if you wanted to. This person has not gone with the microwave, but and I'd probably go with this setup myself too, just to go with the large amount of storage space for all of my food and my dishes and so on. Okay, we do have a range hood here, as you can see. It's got a light as well as the fan, and then we've got a 120 volt outlet right behind the stove. And they've actually given you a little bit of counter space here that you could actually put a toaster or a coffee maker or what have you. And of course, the stove has a cover, so when you're not using it as a stove, you can use it as counter space. And we'll take a look at the stove. This is a Dometic 2-burner unit, and it has electronic ignition, so you're not having to worry about lighting it. It's just going to light up no problem every time. There we go. Stainless steel sink with a high-rise faucet, and then below that we have some storage and plenty of space for your pots and pans and so forth, and so loving that. And then last but not least, we have our Dometic fridge, and this one has a very effective door lock. There we go. And so this is the exact same fridge that I have in my trailer, although this one is a 3-way and ours is a 2-way. But you would be amazed with these 2 shelves, and then you can fit large cartons down there, and then plenty of space in here. And the freezer is big enough to fit like 3 packs of meat, or, you know, some meat and frozen veggies and so on. So you can fit a lot of food in here. Doesn't look big, but it actually does really do the job. Much, much better than using a cooler, that's for sure. So I really love this fridge, and I just want to show you the headroom situation. So I'm exactly 6 feet tall, and I've got 4 inches. The height is 6'4" in here. That's kind of their base height. They can do taller if you're a taller person, so you're not stuck at just 6'4".
It's time for pros and cons, and as we always do, we'll start with the pros. The first pro has to be weight. With a final dry weight coming in at just 982 pounds, the Taylor Coach Dyl opens up RVing to just about anyone, regardless of the vehicle they drive. The fact that it somehow feels spacious inside is just a bonus. My second pro is quality, both in terms of finishes and mechanical. The Rigger RV Repair Channel reviewed a Taylor Coach and gave it 100% for its build quality on a scale that looks at everything from plumbing to roof materials to appliances to countertops and cabinets. I met some of the crew in the factory, and there's definitely pride in the work they're doing, and it's borne out by the 4-year warranty offered by Taylor Coach. For my final pro, I'm going to single out the floor plan. The way it's laid out makes maximum use of the space, giving the 10-foot Dyl trailer a spacious vibe that doesn't feel like a 10-foot trailer. As for cons, it's a bit tough to come up with much. I will say I'd love to see either a gray tank or a way to catch gray water in a jerry can inside of the trailer, since combined with a portable cassette toilet, this would qualify the camper as fully self-contained for harvest host days. Of course, given Taylor Coach's ability to customize, they might be able to accommodate this wish. The only other thing I can think of is that I'd love to see a torsion axle, although for a trailer like this, the spring axle is going to work just fine. Next up, let's talk price, but before we do, I should point out that no two Taylor Coaches will have the same price. First, Taylor Coach is selling 2027 models now, and second, price will depend on your wish list. For this particular trailer, price comes in at around $16,900 US or $19,400 Canadian, and if you added items like a furnace, AC, outdoor shower, or hot water, the price would go up from there. Overall, the Taylor Coach 10-foot Dyl Camper is a welcome contender in the lightweight travel trailer market. It offers the best of old school design and quality with modern appliances and finishes in a small tow vehicle friendly design. What do you think? Is old school quality the way to go? Let me know in the comments. If you want to check out an even lighter trailer from ProLite, click the link on the screen. Thanks for watching and take care.